Good morning. What's your full name?
Good morning. My full name is Haspira.
Can I see your identification, please?
Sure. Here is my identification.
Thank you. Let's talk about emotion. How do you actually deal with stress?
When I feel stressed, I actually try to calm myself first by taking a deep breath and giving myself to some time. I like listening to music or going for a short walk to clear my mind. If the stress I relate to my studies or personal problem, I try to make a small plan and solve the problem step by step. I also believe that resting and sleeping well help me manage stress better.
Do you think you're good at managing your own emotion?
I think I'm quite good at manage my ammunition. Although I'm still learning, sometimes I feel overwhelmed, especially when I have many responsibilities. But I try not to react impulsively. I actually reflect on my feelings and think about why I feel that way over time. I have learned to be more patient and understanding toward myself.
Whom do you actually talk to when you feel strong emotion, like angry, sad, or excited?
When I experience strong emotion, I actually talk to someone I trust, such a close friend or family member. Talking to them help me feel real and understood. Sometimes I don't even need advice. I just need someone who listens to me. Sharing my feelings makes me realize that I'm not alone.
What do you stay emotional healthy?
To stay emotionally healthy, I try to maintain a balanced lifestyle. I make time for myself to activity I enjoy and avoid overthinking too much. I also try to grateful for small things in my life. When I feel emotionally tired, I remind myself that it's okay to take a break and ask for help. I believe that taking care of mental health is just as important as taking care of physical health.
Describe an event that shocked your emotional state and made you take care of it.
I would like to talk about an event that strongly affects my emotional states, which happened about a year ago. At that time, I was facing a lot of pressure from my academic responsibilities and personal expectations. I feel overwhelmed because I was afraid of failing and disappointing the people around me. The mind cause of this emotional shock was the combination of stress, lack of rest, and overthinking. I keep pushing myself without realizing that my mental health was getting worse. Eventually, I started feeling anxious and emotional exhausted. To improve my emotional stats, I decided to slow down and take better care of myself. I organized my schedule, reduced unnecessary activity, and allowed myself to rest properly. I also talk openly with a close friend about what I was feeling, which helped me feel support and understood. In addition, I tried simple self-care activity like listening to calm music and practicing deep breathing. From this experience, I learned that mental health should never be ignored. I realized that asking for help is not a sign of weakness, but a way to protect myself. This even taught me to be more aware of my emotion and to prioritize myself well-being in different situations.
How important is emotional health compared to physical health?
I believe emotional health is just as important as physical health. Emotional health affects how we think, feel, and act in daily life. Even if someone is physical health, they may still struggle if they feel stressed, anxious, or emotional unstable. In fact, poor emotional health can also lead to physical problems such as headaches, fatigue, or sleep disorders. Therefore, both emotional and physical health should be balanced and take care of together.
Why do some people find it difficult to express their emotion?
There are several reasons why people find it hard to express their emotion. Some people arise in environments where talking about feelings is considered a sign of weakness. Others might be afraid of being judged, misunderstood, or rejected by society. Past negative experiences such as being ignored or criticized can also make people more closed off emotionally. As a result, they choose to keep their feelings and themselves rather than expressing them openly.
Do you think schools need to teach emotional intelligence?
Yes, I strongly believe that schools should teach emotional intelligence. Academic knowledge is important, but emotional intelligence helps students understand themselves and others better. By learning emotional intelligence, students can manage stress, control their emotion, and build healthy relationships. This kind of education can also reduce bullying and improve communication among students. In the long run, emotional intelligence prepares students not only for exams but also for real life challenge.
How do social media affect people's emotional well-being?
Social media has both positive and negative effect on emotional well-being. On the positive side, it helps people stay connected, sharing experience, and find emotional support. However, on the negative side, social media can cause stress, anxiety, and low self-esteem, especially when people constantly compare their life to others. Exercise as of social media may also lead to loneliness and emotional exhaustion. Therefore, it is important to use social media with and set health boundaries.